Hey, welcome back to TAZS's Wig Closet at Wig Studio One, here to inspire and empower your wig journey. Today we're going to take a look at a brand new style by Rene of Paris in their Orchid collection. This one is called Ella. I have it in two colors. We're going to do an unboxing of the new color Satin Pearl coming up. I purchased the featured wig styles from Wig Studio One. If you drop below the video and expand the description box, I will attach a direct link to this style. If you click on that link, it will take you out to the style at Wig Studio One. You can take a look at all of the colors and the prices. If you decide to purchase, you can order directly from there. At Wig Studio One, the Rene of Paris brand is always 30% off automatically. All you have to do is add it to your cart to see the discount. If you have any questions for us, please reach out to support@wigstudio1.com. Rene of Paris's Ella is a mid-length beach wave style. It has a lot of edginess, kind of a bohemian artistic flair to it. We're going to get into all of those details. The Orchid collection by Rene of Paris, I think it is a little more fashion forward. They're always mixing up their styles, putting a new twist on colors. And so it's always interesting to see what else is going to come out of the Orchid collection by Rene of Paris. And I just feel like when somebody says to me Orchid collection, I know that these wigs are just going to be fun. They're going to be fun wigs to wear. But I do notice a difference in the creamy Dolce compared to other pieces I've had in this color. So let's dig into it real quick. It's kind of a gradient color. So on the top and the sides, you're going to see a lot of that platinum blonde. And then underneath is a medium warm honey. So it's not quite an ombre, but you get a lot of dimension just because of how they've layered this color. This is the warmest application of this color that I've ever seen. I think that the other ones, the honey isn't quite as warm. I think it's more of a neutral. But this one is definitely warm based on this piece and to my own eye. And then it features a medium to dark root, brown root there. Okay, and that root can be seen from all angles of the style. So this is an interesting style, isn't it? Unique is the word. So we're looking at about a 9-inch fringe or side piece here, and that stretches well below my chin, but it is a little bit wavy. And then about an 8-inch crown meeting up with around a 3-inch nape. I think all in all, this is about a 10-inch in length, total length. And this one weighs right around 3 ounces, so it does feel really lightweight on my head. We're going to get up close on these lace features, and then I'm going to go into discussing this pattern. I'm always happy when I have a second piece that I can show you right out of the box, because you never know what we're going to get into in terms of variances. So this one has that temple to temple lace front, and it does not extend back into the ear tab. And then that goes back into a monofilament part nearly back to the crown. The lace material is scratchy and shiny. If you have experienced the Rene of Paris lace fronts, this is just like the rest of them. So it's a thick, hardy material. It's rather scratchy. I don't like using that's very negative. A lot of us aren't sensitive to it, but if you are, this might give you a little bit of scratchiness. It's shiny, and there's a way of taking down that shine. Typically what I do is just tamp in some foundation powder that you like, finishing powder for your foundation. I just tamp that in on both sides of the lace, okay? So up underneath and on top, and then shake it out really well. And that does take care of the shine quite a bit. There's a bit of knottiness there at the front just because it's dark. There are dark knots there. Those are always a little more visible than something that is blonde or one that have the highlights going up into the lace front. One thing I can tell you is that this has less monofilament than some other ones that have the same features, lace front left part. The parting space is really, really narrow. You don't have much room at all in which to style it away or part it away from that very narrow monofilament lace part there. This one has a lot of PERMATEASE. That PERMATEASE is present all throughout the top. The sides really thick and heavy at the back and nape. It's the thick, pillowy type of PERMATEASE. We're going to check it out on the other piece as well, but I feel like it's probably warranted for a style like this. So the edgy, artistic texture and wave to this style. First of all, you're going to notice right away that it's really rough cut. I mean, that's irregular by a large margin all the way around in the back. So there's a lot of irregular, rough cut texture there. And then it looks like what they may have done is just kind of straight ironed the whole thing, poker straight, and then went in after that and put in some curls right there in the middle, but left this part out of that curling iron. So it remains poker straight, irregular cut. You get some volume, wave, and body from the larger, softer curls from the top through the middle. This is not a heat-friendly style. This is regular synthetic. Now the nape is a little bit curly, so there's an under-curled nape, and that also gives some support to this. So it almost looks like, you know, there's a ledge effect in the back, when in reality, all that is a curly nape with these poker straight pieces kind of stretched over the top. There really isn't a tremendous density here. When I put my fingers in, it's not all fiber, it's a lot of PERMATEASE. Okay, so let's get started with our unboxing. This will be fun because this is a new color that they came out with, Satin Pearl. So I'm expecting this to be kind of a creamy, unrooted, platinum type color. We're gonna see. And I haven't even opened this box yet, so you're seeing it for the first time with me. That's bright. that color is bright. Now this color is gonna look shinier among these lights just because it's so light that it reflects so much of the light. All right. Okay. A little bit of it, that's the first time I've seen that, where they've tied the net in the front. Wow, huh? Bright and light. This is going to be a dream for those of you out there that really enjoy platinums. Now this one has a lot of glare because I said of the lights, but it's also really shiny. So this might be one that you decide to use a little bit of dry shampoo or do a little baking soda bath just to reduce some of the shine. And that shine is going to dissipate over time, especially when you get in there and you start working with it. When you loosen up this hair and break up the parting space and things, the light's going to reflect a little more differently. And that will also reduce the shine. I'm going to go ahead and remove the tag, and then I'm going to show you the inside of the cap real quick. I'll tell you what I'm talking about with that mono part, and then we're going to talk about the fit. Okay. And they used a off-white cap, which I love because it makes the cap less conspicuous on such a light color. So here we go. There's your temple-to-temple lace. Okay, it does not extend, and then it bleeds back into a very narrow monofilament there. Okay, what I do like that they did was the mouth of that part seems to be fairly wide. That gives you a lot of creativity and flexibility that you can use around the face, such as what I did here. Initially, these pieces were going hard right there, and I rather liked it a little more central to that parting space right here. That's how I prefer to wear it. Okay, and then you have a little bit of rose lace covering up the open wefts on the top. Then you have open wefted sides and back. Velcro adjusters. I have to think back to the last Velcro adjuster style cap that I've seen by Rene of Paris. Most of them are straps, so that is nice. And there's a lot of fiber spliced in there at the ear tab, giving you some good coverage. Okay, cap. This cap fits very average. When I first put it on, it didn't seem overly large, but I knew I had to make an adjustment for my petite average circumference. So I removed it and made the adjustments, and now it fits very securely on my petite average circumference. So I would call this perfectly average. Unfortunately, I have no way of measuring for whether it'd be comfortable on an average large or large. Okay, so what do? We shake, shake, shake. And I always just love to break up that part. Sometimes they're not so easy to break up even after you've moved the fiber around and fluffed it out. It seems pretty stubborn, and when you try to change it, it doesn't quite work. So gonna do the best you can. And when you get it where you want it, even if you have to come behind it with the heat from your hand and press down and hold until those fibers lay flat, the ones that you had to move around. Okay. Since the last one had lots of PERMATEASE, I do want to get in there and move it around, wake it up. That's the only way you're going to get some nice movement. I'm backing up because I know that these lights are causing a glare on this color. It's a strikingly beautiful color, it really is. So when I hear the word pearl being used to describe a wig color, I just think of a platinum, like a watery, transparent, almost platinum, nearly white. You're also going to see some cream in there, and that cream isn't yellow, but it does give a little bit of dimension to it. It's darker. And then we're going to see some icy platinum in there as well. Now that icy platinum is just so crisp, it almost looks white. So an icy platinum cream and pearl platinum blend. I made a small adjustment beforehand just so it didn't roll around. Okay, see what I mean? It just seems like there's a lot of volume and roundness until you get to the bottom, and then it's poker straight. Now, just get in there and do some further waking up. This style will grow on you. Trust me, it will. It's a bit of a conundrum right out of the box, as you can see. But when you start working with it, and even though I don't mind this rough cut and this poker straight, I think I want to brush it out just a little bit to give it a softer look. It's just so hard and stark and stringy next to the softer curl and body of the top. See, even when you brush out the straight pieces, they don't brush out that well. It doesn't change, what I mean is it doesn't change the look a whole lot. This color reminds me of the Iced Sweet Cream that Raquel Welch came out with recently. So the lace front isn't as obvious on this one. Of course, there's no dark knots to consider. If you have darker natural hair underneath, sometimes you can see that through the monofilament, which in my opinion just makes it look like a little shadow of regrowth coming there. So it is a beautiful color. If you like colors like Iced Sweet Cream by Raquel Welch, or even, let's say, Marshmallow Blonde by Beltress, I'm trying to think, there's a War one out there as well, which is the Sun-Kissed Beige, not the Rooted, but this just the regular Sun-Kissed Beige. This will be very similar to that. A lot of PERMATEASE right in through here in the back, and heavy at the nape. Now what sets this apart is that you've really got to love these ends here, because those ends are going to remain straight no matter what you do. And I think that's the odd duck here, because if they would have curled this with the rest of it, I would have liked this style a lot better. So I'll go ahead and show you an indoor and outdoor light, and then we'll do some styling for Rene of Paris's Ella. Let's try with glasses. There's a lot of PERMATEASE right at the ear tab. My guess is you're probably going to have to slip the arm underneath the ear tab in order to get a secure fit. Either that or hook it into a weft behind the ear. So I'm just going to manipulate this hair. I'll try to work in both colors here, and just so you can get a sense of everything about this wig. Thank you so much for joining me today. We'll see you again real soon on TAZSWIG Closet at Wig Studio 1.